Get 10% off of following my ass, because I don't understand why you thought I had a brand deal. I have fucking 4 subscribers. A little more than that. I'll give myself some credit, you know, I gotta. But, yeah, 4 subscribers. Come on, right? Look, last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever I last uploaded, it wasn't a great upload. I'm gonna blame it on the shitty YouTube schedule thing. You know how it is. I put 168 minutes into that. That's a lot more than what I usually do, right? So, and then somebody got this comment. By comment, I mean I was bored and watching YouTube, right? And I saw this creative idea of 10 minutes of useless information. And I was like, hey, I could do that, but better. So now I'm 10 minutes of useful information. I know, very original, right? Everything's the fucking opposite. I fucked up on portrait mode, so all these clips are in portrait mode. If you don't like it, fuck off. When taking a picture, squint your eyes. It makes your smile look more genuine. Of a marker that just dries out and you know there's still ink in it. If you just soak the tip in water, it'll actually revive the marker and make it useful again. A spaghetti noodle. If you ever have one of those long candles you can't reach the bottom, light a spaghetti noodle on fire. It may seem weird, but it's a really effective way to get those wicks that are all the way down there. You should never be the reason someone stops smiling. It's always polite to let people leave the elevator before you walk in. Saunders the feeling that each one of those windows has life in it, and each one of those are as equally as distinctive and as memorable as yours. If you ever need things and either your dad wasn't around or you just want to know how to do stuff like lawn care, things your dad does, go to Dad How Do I. He just shows quick tutorial videos and stuff like that on simple things that are really effective. You should always try and be on time or a little early. If you always show up late, it shows the person that you don't respect them and don't value their time. Whenever you get a burn, you know, like a minor burn, you want to put some toothpaste, and preferably Colgate, and it neutralizes the burn. I don't know how, but it does, and it works, and you should do it. A polymer knot is my favorite knot if I just need to attach one thing to one rope. But if I need to attach 2 ropes together, I often use the bowline. I find these ropes effective. I mean, they're not guaranteed, but they're just simple, easy to make, and I use them a lot. If you ever have blood stains on your shirt or whatever, you know, after your murder spree or whatever, you know how it is. Use a bar of soap and just some cold water. It'll really get at it and remove the blood stain. If you ever want to get rid of an anthill, don't just pour normal water. They'll survive by holding onto each other and creating water tension. But if you make soapy water, it will drown them because there is no more surface tension to cling onto. If you ever break something like a vase or a controller or whatever, go to fixitclub.com. They will often have guides on how to fix your broken items. When cooking with oil and stuff like that, if the oil ever catches on fire, never put water on it. It'll make it explode into a fireball and burn down your kitchen. What you should do is you should suffocate the fire. You often can't finish a book if you keep rereading the same chapter. Sometimes it's better to just move on. A simple and effective way to counteract propaganda is basically just to know that you're looking at propaganda. Whenever copying something from a website, press Ctrl-Shift-V when you paste it into your document. It'll put it in the format you originally had. Campfire Blaze is another really good website, and this is for story planning or just planning in general. This really just maps out your ideas and how you want to progress. Lockenism is the desire to be in an accident, like a plane crash or a car crash or whatever. A good way to get rid of a sore throat, drink lemon water or any hot water. It loosens up your vocal cords. International sign for help is this. You should learn it and look out for it. When you're done writing an essay, just throw it in Google Translate. It's the easiest way to find any errors you made, either in grammar or writing. If you ever have a problem paying attention and listening and finishing something, you should often listen to EDM, Mario Kart music, Cuphead music. Those songs are designed to stop at any point, so they automatically keep your brain engaged. If you ever have hard shells for your tacos, Put cheese right before you put on the hot layer of meat. It'll actually melt and keep that hard shell together and from falling apart. Baja Blast is 75% normal Mountain Dew and 25% Powerade. Most hotel rooms, if you ever need a USB but you forgot your cube or something, in the back of most TVs, they have a USB plug-in. So that's a good way you could charge your phone. If you ever feel like all motivation is gone and you're just browsing YouTube or TikTok for days, walk outside and enjoy the outsideness. Being in the same room for nearly the entire day kind of puts your brain into a certain state. So if you walk around and enjoy the outside, puts you in a more active state, makes you want to do more productive things. Finding the best watermelon. Me from the south, I generally look for a round watermelon that is generally darker. That makes it really rich and doesn't make it watery or bittery. It's very good tasting and very sweet. If you accidentally close a tab, press Ctrl-Shift-V to bring it back up. When cutting an onion, I'm going to wave this knife around unsafely. But when cutting an onion, never cut the butt of the onion. That's where all the juices are. It makes you cry. So just don't do that. Just avoid cutting the onion. You can cut through it, but don't cut it off, because that's when the juices start to leak and it gets bad and you go. If you find your items shrunk in the wash, put them in cold water, ice water preferably, with some hair conditioner. It sounds weird, but actually kind of restore the old fabrics and brings it to its original size, or at least close to it. The best way to survive a fight is to just never get in one. Swallow your pride, do whatever, just don't get in the fight. But if you must, hit the face, hit the groin, do not hit the torso, it's useless. If you ever have a big fucking pimple right before an event, you often want to put an ice cube on it and it'll shrink it and make it less obvious. Shit. At the end of emails, if you want people to reply to you or get them to do what you ask them to do in the email, just tell them it'll make him your day, if that makes sense. Tell them you really enjoyed it and make your day if you responded. That gets people to respond a lot more than "I hope you respond" or whatever. Somebody would rather listen to your problems and how awful your life's been recently than listen to your obituary. Tuberosis is a verb, and it basically means the desire to care less about things. Warm showers tend to relax you, while cool showers tend to stimulate you. If you're ever embarrassed to buy something, don't be. The cashiers won't remember who you are or what you're buying, but if you must, buy a birthday card with it. Everyone will understand then. People often remember the first and last thing you say, so make those the most important things. Money can never buy happiness. I mean, it can't, but it can rent it. And just the feeling of that is never as good as actually having it. You should focus on being more kind than always being right. Not everyone will remember all the times you're right, but everyone will remember the times you were an asshole. One of the best ways to find something is to often just stop searching for it. If it will come to you, it will come to you. Your room is where you sleep and enjoy things. If you have a messy room, you're surrounded by clutter. But if you clean it up, you often seem to put on a better mood. Trouble making a decision between two options. You should flip a coin, right? And you'll know what you want when the coin is in the air. When you're sore, you should stretch that part of your body, either your neck or your arm. It will hurt in the moment, but overall, it will make you loosen up a lot faster. If you feel overcumbered with work, maybe you should say no to some people. If they keep asking you for things and you have stuff you need to do, say no. It's perfectly okay. If you're ever unsatisfied or feel like someone has given you an incomplete answer, just sit there and stare at them, waiting for more. They often will continue talking. Feel tired after you wake up. A good way to counteract this is just to drink some water and eat some food. I mean, there are other sources of energy besides sleep. If you have trouble sleeping at night, maybe it's because you spend too much time during the day in bed. If you only lay down in your bed when it's time to sleep, your brain will automatically just start to fall asleep when you get in your bed. Our bodies are designed to protect us from danger, so if something doesn't feel right in your gut, you should trust it and move on. After you're done with showers, you want to set the water to cold. It closes up your pores so dirt doesn't get in as easily. Never shake a person's hand while sitting down. You should masturbate a maximum of once every other day. If you do it every day or multiple times a day, you're addicted, and it fucks with your dopamine levels. If you do it every day, you won't enjoy life. You will just be addicted. People don't remember specific words and annotations. They remember feelings and emotions. So when they think of you, they're not going to think of what you said, but how you made them feel. See that Basset right there? He can be turned on in the summer and in the winter. You basically gotta look at your user manual, but if it spins that way, that means it's sucking up air and distributing the heat all around your room. And if it spins that way, that means it's pushing the air down, making it cooler. So that means you can use it in the winter and in the summer. Don't wait till the mood hits you. Set a time and do the things you need to do. If you wait for the mood will never come.